Hello and welcome back to the Abundant Living University. I'm your host, Glenn Ullman. Today we're going to talk about living, how to live a less stressful, balanced life. And it revolves around something I learned in college, and most of you have learned as well, and that is use primary sources. And the beautiful thing about the internet today is that any person who goes on a national media circuit or is quoted in the newspapers, you can do a Google search of their name and find out exactly what their background is, what their belief system is, probably where they live. So it was that I was watching one of the national programs, and they had a guy on named Peter Schiff. And this gentleman was talking about how the U.S. dollar was going to zero, the economy of the United States was going to be a third-rate country within 5 years, and in fact, and this was the most strident of the things that he said, that gas prices were going to $20 and only the Chinese were going to be able to afford to have cars. Now, normally you'd expect the interviewer to say to the interviewee, well, can you explain this whole concept of $20 per gallon for gas? So if I were the interviewer, I would have said, so let me get this straight. Gas is going to $20 per gallon. So, Mr. Schiff, wouldn't that mean that demand from not only U.S. drivers but across the world will go down because as the price of gas went up, we drive less? Yes, Mr. Schiff would say. And then, as the interviewer, I would say, well, Mr. Schiff, if gas prices were going up towards $20, wouldn't more and more producers want to produce gasoline so that they could get higher and higher prices? Yes, would say Mr. Schiff. Well, Mr. Schiff, it seems to me that if demand is going down and more supply is coming online, then eventually the price of gas is going to go down. Of course, we rarely see this interplay because most interviewers are not very knowledgeable on the subject in which they are interviewing. They're journalists first and foremost. Nothing wrong with that, but they can't be an expert on economics and be a journalist as well in most cases. But the reason why I bring this up in terms of primary sources is I just went on Google and looked up Peter Schiff. Well, he's been negative about the U.S. economy for 15 years. He's been talking about $20 for gas for 15 or 20 years. He's been talking that everybody should own gold and silver and nobody should own a stock anywhere in the world. My point is, when these types of inflammatory interviews are going on, it certainly gets all of our blood pressure up. But to live a more balanced life, use what my high school teachers taught me years ago. Go to the internet and find out, Wikipedia is a wonderful source, find out something about the viewpoint of the person who is giving you his opinion, so at least you know from what direction he is coming, or she. As always, love your comments. Please don't hesitate to send them in, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.